one standout candidate for everything that we put you through, and that is Matthew Humphries. So give him a round of applause. Okay. So, if it all goes wrong, it's Matthew to talk. He's carrying the can. There's nothing, we're passing it over now. So well done, Matthew. We've got 2 assistant directors. First AD, we've got Rebecca. Okay, there we go. Second AD, we've got Tathan.
Is everybody ready?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, right, 3, are we rolling please? 3, 2, 1, and action please.
Hello.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
So I am Matthew Humphries, director of the college short film Sandcastles.
I'm Rebecca White, I'm the first assistant director.
I'm Tathan Lloyd, I'm the second assistant director.
Hello, I am Callum Hall, the writer of Sandcastles.
Am I going first again because you keep making me do it? Okay. I'm Kian, also known as Jay, and that is...
I'm Shalom and I play Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I say anything else?
If you want to, if you feel like you need more of an introduction.
I wrote it.
So we're just going to go right into it, right at the start of pre-production. What made you go for the role of director?
I think it's because in the past, when I first got into film, I was sort of, browsing the different roles within film. And before that, I was always keen on cinematography and stuff like that. And I thought, well, I think as I progress in my career, I'm going to have, a better eye on management, coordination skills and stuff like that. And I think director's like the thing, like the top bracket that you need to push yourself in, in film. So yeah, that's why I went for that.
So when you went for that role, would you say you were confident you were going to get it? How do you feel like the recruitment process went for you in terms of going for that role?
Swimmingly.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I didn't think I was going to get it. I'd fully convinced myself I didn't get it.
I mean, when we collated in the one of the English classrooms before we did the interviews, I didn't know who was going for director, so I didn't know what the competition was.
Put more emotion into it. Okay, and go again. Okay, yeah, that was great. Okay.
I didn't know who was going for it. I didn't, and even the people I did see who were going for it, I hadn't met them before, so I sort of just isolated myself and just went forward with my own knowledge that I would do a pretty good job and, excel in the interview, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so just to start off, did you submit any other script ideas when you submitted Sandcastles?
No. It was a very last minute thing. I thought the deadline was a week later than it was, so Steve was there. I was like, oh, so have I got a week to write this script? And he's like, no, it's due today. So I just quickly sort of jotted up the idea. I'd already written a few pages, but not enough to send in, so I just wrote up the idea, the synopsis and that, and sent it over to Steve.
Where did the idea come from? How were you?
Obviously, you wanted to make something close to you. So I was like, at the time, I'd watched Taste of Cherry by Abbas Kiarostami. That was a massive inspiration for me. Just, I wanted to discuss sort of life and death. So that's where it came from.
I think when we first started having the meetings, the scope of the film was huge. I think we had about 60 odd people doing the film, and everything I've worked on before has been like small crews, no more than 4 to 6 people.
People have never met each other either, so it was trying to get to know each other and trying to work together as well so we could work to each other's strengths.
I mean, you didn't know Matthew, did you?
I didn't know Matthew.
I think, obviously I didn't know whether, because I didn't know most of the crew beforehand, I didn't know their experience, I didn't know whether they'd worked on things on their own before or they were just completely new. The people who I knew had been experienced, I sort of put them with me and sort of had like an umbrella of people branching out, all the experienced people helping the less experienced people. And I think because a lot of the camera operators are lower sixth, we got them in, and it was as if we weren't just shooting the film to make the final product. We were shooting the film to, give people a proper experience of what making a film has been like.
And then what about the training process?
That was a very long and arduous process.
You can see what it looks like.
So you get really smooth shots of people walking as well, which you'd never.
Harry Maguire.
So we're currently doing a little bit of a camera training session with
These two are standing there, just kind of looking out, and...
So would you say, as the writer, you have a emotional or maybe personal connection with the script or the characters?
Well, I think everything you write is an extension of yourself. So parts of me are Charlie, parts of me are Jay. But there are people in my life that I've come across that I've based these characters on and who I had in mind when writing it.
Did you initially go for the roles that you ended up playing, or did you go for anyone else? And if you did, what made you go for this specific role?
I went for Charlie, just because it was because I wanted to cry, actually, because I love fake acting crying, and there were quite a lot of scenes, like when I read it, I started to cry and I was like, I want to do this. I just want to cry. And also because it's a good character.
Yeah.
I like her.
I always went with Jay. Because as well, I read the script early before anyone else did, because I did the read-through when we did that. And I quite like Jay as a character because he reminds me of myself a lot. Mainly his nihilistic viewpoints and the way he feels about life as a whole is a way that I feel, which maybe isn't something that is is too great to compare to, but I don't know, I felt his character.
Were you confident in getting the roles?
No.
Absolutely not, no.
No.
Especially when you walk in and you see all the other people there, it's like, there's like 5 other people going for the same job as you. It's like a job interview, it's like any job interview. You see so many people there and it's like, what are the chances that it's going to be me out of all?
Find the page. Where's the page that says this?
Just stand on it. Just want to stand on that edge.
Are you alright?
Just on that edge there.
Hello.
Is it this section here?
Yeah.
I know it's a bit, but come on.
Yeah. Sorry, just a bit tired.
You're done though after this, aren't you?
Yeah, gonna get the bus.
What about practice after school?
No, I can't go this week. I've got to get home.
You couldn't go last week either, or the week before that. You alright?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just got homework is all.
Charlie scratches her neck.
So, what are we doing anyway?
Joe sighs and points at the paper in front of Charlie.
Poetry.
Just read him through for now. I think he'll have us do the rest at home.
Stop doing that last slide. It's so horrible. Evil. What are you doing? That was why? Just why? I've come in and say, oh yeah, May will be the one. May will be the one. And she had 2 pointed when Matthew said, oh yeah, May is the one. May is the one.
No, I've not said
2 people.
No.
Don't use this
No,
against
she's
me.
not. I've not said she's the one. I said she could be one of the one.
What does that mean?
She-
There's not multiple ones.
He was talking to me last night. He was dead set on casting May.
I think...
Yeah, but this opens those
I'm
opinions
thinking
up.
Shalom for Charlie. I agree.
I'm not on board. They're trying to put opinions in my head. I've not said anything yet. Yeah, that's true. No, I've not said anything yet.
Good point.
But Shalom, if the only person opposed to it, I'm not really unopinionated.
I'm not opposed
is
to
the
it. I've not
director.
said anything about that. You better not be
He wasn't
recording.
watching him, that's why he was looking at the script the entire time.
No,
I was watching and Shalom is
Did you not
definitely...
hear
She's
my
the best
phone
on
ring?
camera.
So, for all this, everything is opinion to give to Matthew, as you said, and that's rightly so. But Matthew's got the final say because he's director.
Sorry, everybody.
And
Don't
when it-
use
Sorry.
that against us, please.
But the good thing is, as we said over there, if it all goes wrong, we've got someone to blame.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
If you don't pick right.
If you don't pick.
Yeah, but you're
someone-
second in command, so you're
So-
second,
I'm not.
second to blame.
I'm third.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so no. Yeah, second
Exactly.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, you picked
Yeah.
the wrong person. You should have been in there.
She's been misogynist all day.
Yeah, he's rubbish. Him. I made a mistake. You nasty person.
But
Do you want to talk a little bit more about the audition process?
Okay, so as in like how I felt about it, or just what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first audition, I had learnt the script, the thing we had to learn the night before, but I learnt it well enough to have memorised it, so it wasn't as if I didn't care. And then I got there, and I did think that I was nervous, and then as soon as I got into the room, I think it was here, wasn't it? I started shaking, and it was really bad. But because the scene, like the monologue that I was doing was emotional, the shaking kind of helped with the audition. And then got told that I had a recall, and I screamed in Starbucks and the whole room went silent. And then I got the recall, and then I did it. And then I got called back again, and I was like, oh my gosh! Is that it then?
Yeah.
I'll speak to you later.
Done.
I remember walking into the audition feeling like very, very nervous, and the lights were not helping. Feeling Matthew Humphreys and Tathan Lloyd stare at you while you're doing your best is a horrifying experience, to say the least.
The main focus is that we have all these emotions which are like true to like people in real life, and they're meant to connect to everyone, so it's good that you see that sort of deeper meaning for the film.
Yeah, I was very nervous. I remember I was walking out when I finished with Ashton, who plays Tom in the film, talking to him, being like, that went terribly. I felt like it went horribly. Then I got told I got it, and yeah, the whole thing just, made me feel way better about myself afterwards.
So upon getting the roles throughout pre-production and early production, do you want to talk about the process of getting into character? Like, did you draw from any personal experiences? Did you kind of make your own subtext up, or what was your process in kind of becoming your characters?
Do you want to go first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Are you going to, okay. I mainly just thought about like the darkest time in my life, which unbeknownst to me didn't happen yet, but at the time, the darkest time in my life, where I felt very low and alone. And I tried to draw back to how that affected everyone around me, especially my family. And I guess, ran with that mindset that I had at the time, because I knew what it was like to be in a position where you feel like you're not good enough and there's no point in doing anything. My mum knows specifically about this, but I just went back to that and put myself back in that mindset, which was kind of difficult at first to deal with again, but I think it paid off in the end.
For me, mine was less emotional and more just like fact. So I spent hours researching the illness, and then I think I've done about 2 or 3 pages in like a little journal, and I wrote her a story. So I wrote when she first got diagnosed, I wrote her birthday, like things that she liked, and then her relationship with Joe and Jay. And so I gave her a backstory, and that really helped me to get into her as a person. Yeah.
Okay, 2 words for you both. Chris Jones.
Good 2 words.
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones. Tell me about his the input that he gave, the criticism, the refinements that came afterwards. Just tell me about Chris Jones.
We're very grateful because he gave us sort of like that third party outside input that we'd not had from anyone else before, and it sort of felt like, I think his main aim was to come in and act like the producer.
Right, you're in Cannes. I'm like someone who could finance it. Convince me.
Right. Okay. So the film is more of like a character study, like a character exploration. We've got 2 main characters, Charlie and Jay. both students. We've got Charlie, who's just recently been diagnosed with cancer, and we've got Jay, who's sort of going down sort of a bad path in life.
We were not involved in that meeting whatsoever, and I'm sure you'll see we're just stood at the back. We're just like this at the back.
I was butting heads with him a lot when he came in.
So I want to encourage you to really fully go to the. Do you know that you've not gone to the place? I've not even read the whole script, so I don't know that you don't. But have you gone to the place yet?
I'd say read the script first.
Right. Okay. All right. Excellent answer. Excellent answer. Okay. Well, let's crack on with the script.
So top of page 5. Honestly started to pick apart every aspect of our script, but it wasn't in a critical way at all. It sort of highlighted our own problems that we had yet to fix.
In regards to the script, did you like it at first?
No.
No.
I remember the room feeling very tense and awkward, especially when you started talking directly to Callum about the script.
I don't know what you've written, but immediately I'm feeling that. Does he give her anything on the journey?
How do you mean?
She's going to pass. So, does this relationship? Is he an agent that in some ways can help her on her journey?
Not particularly, it's more the reverse.
I get that she does it that way, but as a storyteller, I'm instinctively feeling that he can have a revelation that he can help as well, in a way that he may even resist as well. Without it, he just becomes quite passive. What we always want is a change. We want somebody to be here at the beginning and here at the end, and they need to be an active participant in that change. If she makes the change happen for him, he's quite passive.
Well, the conflict is he works against the change, and that's found a conflict with it.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'm just offering it up as a possibility that he may be able to go on his own journey of change that he actively chooses and isn't just a result of a realization after conflict.
He's supposed to tell us what's wrong with it. He's supposed to guide us in a direction where we can make the best possible product from it. And I think he did that, although it was in a very awkward and emotionally challenging way.
So is she abandoned in some ways?
In some ways, yes. But in
Right.
other ways, no. 'Cause she has her best friend, Jo, but Jo is a very motherly figure. And so, yeah, she loves her, but at the same time, she wants someone who can also just have fun.
Right.
And not kind of feel like you've got an appointment today and you need to do your homework and stuff like that. Just someone who will, just relax with her.
Yeah.
And I think that Jo knows that she's ill, but not as bad as she knows herself. But Jo's still trying to make sure that she's okay, and she respects that and she likes that about Jo, but she also feels that she needs to relax a bit.
Right. Okay. Where do you come in then? Tell me your story.
I am a struggling alcoholic and someone who is very talented as a musician. But he doesn't see that because...
And how old is this character?
He said, 16, 17, around that
Right.
age.
So you can't have been a struggling alcoholic for terribly long.
Not for very long, no.
So what's triggered that?
Is it his parents?
Yeah, so his parents left and he's not really got a stable home life, which has led him to the path that he's on now.
And he was a trouble causer in school, so he's dropped out of college and he's not pursuing education either.
Right. Does any of that resonate with you personally?
Definitely feelings of wanting to give up and not feeling good enough. Those sorts of feelings resonate with me.
Right.
Yeah, I think he was very intense with the way that he went about things, but I like when people kind of just get to the point and don't beat around the bush, and he got to the point every single time. Everything that he said was a different point that made sense, and it was feedback that we took. And I think it did help us to make the story better.
You're the talent now, so you get to be a diva. And I don't mean that in a diva-ish sort of way, but whatever you feel is probably right. Now you have to consult the director, and you have to, because it may not work for camera, but follow your instincts, follow your feelings. So if that's what it's telling you, you should go do that.
He gave us what we needed. He made us realise that we needed to change the script because it didn't make that much sense, which others appreciated more.
He definitely made some good points for cutting it down and keeping it sort of hyper-focused, because especially a lot at the start, it just sort of rambled on a lot.
Without his input at that earlier stage, I don't think the film would be anything like it is today.
Most college productions at sixth form level that I've experienced have been pretty lightweight, and this one feels like it's got real heft to it. They're tackling a very emotive and challenging subject in a very mature way. They're challenging it from experience, so it's not just young people imagining. It's very reminiscent of Good Will Hunting, so I have high hopes that they're going to make something quite extraordinary, and it's a massive production compared to what most kind of self-organising groups at a college would do. So I want to take my hat off to the production team who've managed to marshal everybody together to sit in a room, to get agreement, to get a shoot date, and we'll see at the premiere.
So then there's the shooting process. Obviously, as a teenage director, you've got access to a much larger scale production team than most would at your age. So was it stressful, complicated? Was it exciting?
As soon as I got the role, I was like, it was excitement to begin with, but then it was sort of a bit of a daunting task that was ahead of me, because with so many people, having the knowledge that I was in charge of all of them, it's quite scary. But I think, the first two shoots we did, I was nervous. Right.
Yeah.
Are we ready? Right. I'm gonna explain everything, Steve, so everyone knows we're on the same page.
Escape. Need it. You're right.
He doesn't have it when he comes to it.
Let's get some quiet then, Jason.
Right, quiet on set, everyone, please.
Right, I'm just going to do a quick overview of clips. Right, I'm going to do a quick overview of everything that is going to happen, start to finish, in the scene. So, Jay walks through the door into a small room. Ian? You're going to walk into the centre, onto your X.
Onto it or behind it?
Onto it. Right. The judge is getting ready to go, having a handbag already in hand. This won't be relevant to you at the minute, Lewis, but you're in a mood, you're ready to go, you don't want to be here anymore. So basically, yeah. And now, Paula, now you come in.
Now you're going to from the cupboard.
And then you're going to come through from the cupboard, just where Keane's come out of in the first place. You'll have not just yet. So, as a sort of cue for you, Paula, on the third ring, that's when you come in.
Okay.
Third ring of the bell, come in towards the table, and the glass of water on the table. I suppose you bring the jug in.
Do you want me to bring the jug?
Just going past the camera.
Yeah. Oh, is that all right, Nathan? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
There we go.
Where did that come from?
You didn't think about the 180 rule.
Oh, that is not your bit. Don't drop that. Thank you very much. No longer getting that.
You'll get that when you need it. It's hard.
What? Have I got lane problems?
Well, no.
No, that's not my area. Not right now.
But I don't want it to look like they've got lights on them. I want it to look like the lights are on here and here and they're getting the light from it.
Do you want to bounce it like you did yesterday off the reflector? See what I mean? You get softer light.
Whip it out.
Make sure you get a still image of this.
Wait, what's Kieran wearing? If he's wearing black.
I feel like some people have taken it too seriously.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just to help us prepare for actual proper productions, and there's a lot of learning that should have been done now so that people don't make the mistakes in an actual industry setting.
It's this early on that we've really learned how a film set kind of works.
I am a cheat. It may be hard for you to stop and believe, and for you, I give it all. Oh, that's brilliant. That really does make it, yeah. For you, I give it all. Right, you ready for the chorus, everybody? This is where it gets big. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Maybe if you want me, then all I love that leg there. Got a big delay now. Oh, he's going. Can we go? Can we go? I can't see Matthew Cotter. Can we go? No. We're going. We're going. We're going.
You're already half out in the road and you were going, can I go?
Yeah, maybe that was a bit. We're at the hospice now.
They've carried on for like 15
Speak.
minutes apparently.
About a 40-minute drive from college. Most of us are here. Tathan and Jack have gone missing.
They saw us both.
I don't know why, it's because he can't drive or because he's gone the wrong place, I'm not too sure, but here we are.
50 minutes.
Hospice.
Come on, kid. No, I thought my dad's kid. It's normally getting rid of kids now.
Say in terms of the acting process, you were given a lot of like kind of creative control, or would you say it was more of a stick to the script type thing? Was improvisation kind of encouraged, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've improvised quite a bit. Like with the hospital scene, there was one bit that I improvised and I quite liked it, and we all quite liked it as well, actually.
I didn't know you were still filming.
So just move forward, let me walk through this.
Right, see this? It says lens. Keep that tight.
Hello.
I'd say you don't.
It was like one, the other one. Is there any way we can make a
Just say when, I'll go slowly.
try my best. Go like try my best. Contour.
Fliss, I'm worried we can't see Shalom.
What are your responsibilities like on set as the first and second assistants?
Run around like headless chickens.
We don't really... The problem is, if there's a cinematographer on set, we just sort of sit about. If there's no cinematographer on set, we just sort of sit about. So I'm just sort of sat in a hospice corridor talking about Pokemon, so...
Right. Tathan, I want it going that way, please. Yeah. We can't track a corner. We can't track a bend, Tathan.
I can't go this way, otherwise I'm in shot, and I can't go this way because there's a thing here. I'm holding Cliff Berry's cardigan.
That's the way it's nicely
Tathan.
classroom, absolutely. Thing was there just because we just got him.
There's people who started the production who had no prior, experience at all. Mostly, even the lower sixth students, they've come a long way because comparing from the start of the shoot to the end of the shoot, they've really excelled themselves in their performance and their ability to, work collaboratively with our crew. So, yeah, I think as a whole, sort of 60 of us or whatever, I think we've all stepped up to the plate and all given the film our all. So, yeah. In terms of one of my favourite scenes to shoot, I'd go for the gig scene, which is what we shot last, because that used the crane, which was great to use. It's always exciting when that comes out.
And action!
Usually one thing goes wrong that kind of sends people off into a spiral, but then it's brought back at the end. Like, we've never had like a tragic shoot.
There's a nice atmosphere on set whenever we do stuff. It's never like,
well,
even on long shoots, there are times where I'm very tired and I just want to go home. But it's still, there's still bits that are fun, and yeah.
That's not even, that's, no.
Shut up.
Everyone ready? Yeah. Is everyone ready? Yeah. Right. Did you want to follow me? Yes.
At the end of the day, it's nice to, because we end up coming to a conclusion and we end up like
every
getting
issue
something.
gets resolved. Yeah, every issue gets resolved, and we get what we need to be done, even if it takes about 7 hours.
Yeah. And I like the fact that it feels like we're all creating art, like we're all collaborating to create something that's going to hopefully be good.
Do you think it was a relief when Matthew called it a wrap on set, or were you just thinking, oh, there's more?
No, because we knew there was more.
Yeah, we knew that there was more, so it wasn't a wrap for us. But it was nice to, with the megaphone, have like an official that's a wrap for everybody else. Nice for them.
Tell me when, Matthew Potter.
It's rolling.
Is it?
You keep this in.
Emotion, everybody, emotion. Emotion. Everybody, we have been making Sandcastles movie film for about 9 years now. And we've reached the end. This is our final shoot, bar a few shots we're going to do next week. So, on behalf of me and everybody that's been a part of the film, Bev, Steve, Simon, up there wherever he is, and all the cast and crew, Tathan, Rebecca, Fliss Perry, Jack Howarth, Winter, Orla, Olivia Crouch, Rebecca, and everybody else. Sorry who I didn't name. That's a wrap, everybody! I think in terms of the final cut, even though I'm proud of it, I'm proud of everyone else who's worked on it. I think it looks great. The music, the cinematography, the performances, they're all brilliant. But I think that's not the focus here. I think the focus is that we've come this far and we've changed as people.
It's a memory. It was a fun time. And I think even though I've said like weeks ago, I can't wait for it to be over because we've been doing it for so long now, I am going to miss it when it's actually all said and done.
I mean, it's going to be something that like we all look back on and are like, that was fun.
Sort of the production and seeing how a film is made, all this making of stuff, all this just writing rooms, editing rooms, it's invaluable. It's really a good experience to have had.
Would you like to say anything to the people of Sandcastles who kind of made the film with you alongside you?
Why? Don't look at me, you can go.
Okay, thank you, actually.
The people of Sandcastles.
It was nice to meet everyone, and I hope that a lot of us stay in contact, and I wish everybody the best.
I just thank you for giving up your time and your energy and sometimes mental capacity as well to do this and to create art and hopefully create art that's good and that speaks to people.
There you have it. I'm not going to try and one-up that because you said everything pretty much. Yeah, that's great. But yeah, thank you. It's been a long and hard, very long journey, but We're nearing the finish line now, and it was all worth it, hopefully.
Well, thank you all, apart from you, Matthew Humphreys.
In terms of the crew, the cast, the staff who've worked on Sandcastles, from me, the best of luck, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, how was that? Thank you very much, everybody. We can put that there. Right, everyone can go home now. Thank you very much.